So the next level, and you know what I really love about understanding the animal kingdom in this way and understanding frequencies around us in this way, I see this pattern in everything. The chakra, all of the cat frequencies are here, but it's not just cat frequencies, because you can imagine now lion, tiger, leopard, cougar, mountain lion, all this beautiful cat frequency in the solar plexus area. But you know, interestingly, camels are in this frequency as well. Do you have many camels here in Canada? They are strange creatures, but you'll understand in a moment when I explain. Very special, very, very special. Royalty, and what is amazing about this frequency is a frequency of royalty. It's not an accident that we call the lion the king of the jungle. It's not an accident that the Egyptians revered the cats the way that they did. They were gods and goddesses, and it's not an accident that you know, in the Arab countries the camels are a sign of that as well. It's a great sign of wealth and status. So the things that these animals show us, and the frequency that cat brings into our life, is the understanding of healthy selfishness. So being healthily selfish. We've got a lot of women here who struggles with that. To be honest, yeah. It's for a lot of, and you know, especially when we do animal communication work or intuitive work. How intuitive are cats? Oh, amazing. And it's because they're in this frequency, and it's, you know, your intuition doesn't magically only happen in your third eye. It's something that happens in your gut. It's a very primal thing. You know, because you got to know, everybody can talk to animals. You know, there's people here already talking to animals, and the only reason that I do it as I'm standing here doing this even is just because my job happens to have put me in a position where every day I engage with animals, so I've just practiced it maybe a little bit more, and it gets better with practice. It's a muscle you can flex. So when we're teenagers, what do? We reject everything, all the old ways. So if the dog was the old tribal ways, don't go in the forest, the gods will be angry. Follow in your father's footsteps. Eat your greens. Something bad will happen if you don't eat your greens. All of that stuff that we just think is normal, and we think there is no... Don't go over the mountain, the world ends there. And one day, one naughty little warrior, something happens, and one of the naughty little warriors from the tribe gets his cat energy on and says, I am going to go over that mountain. I'm going. I don't give a rat's if you guys are with me or not. I'm trying to censor my language here.
You're doing amazingly.
I'm going to have to put some money in the swear jar otherwise. I'm practicing my cat energy, so the cat would just swear. Just say it. So I'm going to go over that mountain, and I don't care what happens, and let the gods be angry with me. And I'm just going to go. And if you're not coming, that's fine. If you're coming with me, that's fine, but we're doing it my way now. So this is that teenage phase when you can't be told what to do. It's a rebellion. It's a moving away from, because all of a sudden the locus of control about what is important moves from others to self. And so it creates a dynamic in our, you know, we need all of these different frequencies in our life. We need to be able to access all of these different things to be in balance. So the cat energy just goes off and does what it wants to do. It can be destructive though. One of my earliest experiences, I had cats when I was a little girl. I was a sensitive little girl that talked to animals, and my first animals were cats.
Yeah.
I also happen to really like mice.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I had to really resolve, like, how could this amazingly spiritual being have this selfish side, have this primal side, have this vicious side? And that is a component of what is, like, in the whole, that's got to be healthily in balance. And most of the time we can't just have that, right? So we see cat characters in movies on TV. Who's watched a crime drama with the cop that doesn't play by the rules? Okay, what's the chance he's divorced, got a drinking problem, just has a gut feeling that that's the bad guy and isn't going to play by the rules to get him, right? So that is the cat frequency right there. It's the slightly destructive phase of, side of it, but it can also be a very heroic space. It can be a really heroic space. It can be brave and fierce and adventurous. There's a reason the cat's got 9 lives, right? Because it goes on those adventures. It goes over the mountain. Sometimes it is the end of the world and sometimes it's not. So our teenage years and how comfortable we are with rebellion, and especially I find that women are drawn to cats as a way of bringing out their goddess energy, that feminine prowess, that being okay with being selfish in a healthy way and being powerful. So, and if you look at even the way that where cats came into the evolution of humanity, and you look at what Egypt represented, the time in Egypt, the development, was there cruelty? Was there dominance? Was there class? Yeah, there was. It was a very feline energy. And it was in some ways a very self-motivated energy. But it was also a very powerful time, very powerful spiritual time on the planet. So cats are still working with us in this way now. And actually utilising those cat frequencies is really, really great for us. So cats in your life, in some way, they will have their uniqueness, but they'll be working with you on this stuff. They'll be working on this with you. So after we have been through our teenage years, after the warrior has gone over the mountain and started his own tribe and has done things his way and rejected all the old ways, what happens? What happens at the end of the movie? The sacred marriage. Yeah, so it's like something starts to change. It's too hard to just look out for yourself all the time. It's too hard to be on your own. It's too hard to be the warrior all the time. The warrior wins the war and marries the princess and becomes the king. Okay? So when we move into that, we start to look at the heart space. And Caroline Miss, or Mice, depending on how you say her name, I've heard her say it differently herself, I think. She talks about the heart chakra and the sacred marriage as well, and when she talks about the different kinds of holy sacraments that are